Blog Talk Radio.
Hey guys, this is Those Guys with your host Matt Marrero along with the other host
Tristan Walter.
And today, everybody, it's not Christmas, all right? Christmas is already come and passed, but it's Doctor Who Wednesday. Now you might be like, but Matt, this is being released on a Thursday. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I would have planned this to be posted about and released on Wednesday night, doing it live, but Tristan's been pretty much dead via Christmas just plans. Like, you've had a lot going on in your life. So, so we literally just talked today, and I was like, did you see the Christmas special? And you were like, the one re-released on Those Guys Play? And I shit you not, I'm not plugging us. He actually said that. And he said immediately, he goes, no, you mean Doctor Who? I'm like, yes. What did you think? Have you seen the Christmas special? It's like, Matt, I've deleted the Star Wars Christmas special from my mind ages ago.
Oh, my God. That doesn't exist.
I feel like I feel like the memory machine would just have, like, Chewbacca kiss you on the cheek, and you just look so disgusted, like, I remember it now. The Star Wars Christmas special. And instead of Clara being there...
Again, that thing that you said that
yes,
doesn't exist.
But instead of it being Clara, it would just be Chewbacca going... And you'd still hear the music in the background.
What do you mean we're going back? No, I'm getting in the TARDIS and we're redoing this. We're making this right. No, you can't go into your own time stream. Who the hell says what I can do or not? I'm the last Time Lord.
You're the last person that remembers the Star Wars Christmas special.
Oh, my God.
That's all it is, really. You're the last of your kind. Everyone else is just forgotten.
Wait, wrong movie.
Yeah.
Wrong series.
Okay. So, here we are. We're talking about the newest Doctor Who Christmas special. Obviously, if you're like, Memory Machine, what's that? Go watch it, unless you're okay with being spoiled completely. We can't do a review of this unless we talk about the entire shit. So, the entire thing, it actually wasn't shit. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
It was not terrible. I'm super happy about that. I was a little nervous.
Matt, is that really you?
Right? No, I've never called one episode of Doctor Who shit, and you know it. I've complained endlessly.
I know. Yeah.
But I've never... I mean, heck, even episodes where people are like, what was it, Love and Monsters, where everyone's like, oh, God, that's so bad. I'm like, not really.
Right.
You remember that one, right? The one where she becomes, the woman, Moaning Myrtle, becomes a face slab.
Oh, God, no, don't remind me of that. We don't talk about that.
It's happened again?
No one
It's happened again.
It's
Instead of Clara, it's just a face slab. I'm going to have a lot of fun editing things in and out of that. We're gonna make that a meme, Tristan. They put the perfect yellow glow around her to put anything in there.
Why?
It's going to happen, everyone. I'm sorry to tell you this, everybody. It's going to happen. I'm saying it now, and it's going to happen in the future. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. Anyway, okay. So this wasn't shit.
I don't like it. I'm going to stop you.
You're going to stop me. But, yeah, I really enjoyed a fair amount of this special. I have to be honest, though. I did go into it with hype. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, I was so nervous. No, I actually went into it with a lot of hype because, I mean, it's the 12th Doctor and the First Doctor. And sure, everyone's going to go, but it's not William Hartnell. I care because I loved him as the Doctor, but this actor just has a way of just being Hartnell. Not even being the Doctor, being Hartnell being the Doctor. And that's what makes it super interesting.
Yeah,
so
no,
I forgot. Yeah, how many serials have you seen of the original Doctor?
I actually saw quite a few. That's that's the biggest chunk of classic Who that I've seen is the first Doctor.
I saw all of them that existed fully. So, like, I didn't watch any of them that were just, like, have, episodes because obviously a big chunk of it is lost. So I obviously did see as much as I could of the serial where he regenerated. So I saw all of those, right? So watching all of those and seeing him, and it's been a while, it's been years since I've watched them to be fair, but watching all of those and then seeing him here, it really felt like he was the first Doctor. I'm sorry, what was that?
David Bradley. There we go.
David Bradley, thank you. He was, and if anyone doesn't know, he was also was it Filch in
he's Harry Potter, and he's done a lot of this stuff too.
Oh, wow, I wasn't thinking Harry Potter, right, sorry. Filch in Harry Potter, and then also in Doctor Who is what I was trying to get at. He was the random collector. That's what his name was, the collector.
Right, with 11 and the dinosaurs in space.
That was literally the name of the episode. Thank you, Dinosaurs in Space, or Dinosaurs in a Spaceship, right?
Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, yep, Solomon.
Thank you. Yeah, and he was like, I'm going to capture Queen Nefertiti, and everyone around the world said, okay. I didn't hate that episode, just, okay. Like, what do you say to that? Like, really, like, what do you say to that other than, ooh. Also, funnily enough, by the way, another episode written by Chibnall.
Yeah.
The person who, if anyone doesn't know, is going to be running Doctor Who for the next God knows how long. Which, I mean, it's funny. It's funny, though. How did Chibnall do in this episode? Well, he wrote one line, so I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
Because, if anyone doesn't know, at the end of the every, tenure, or at least this is recent. I don't know about, old stuff. But recently, I say recently, the last fucking, 10 years or so, when the writers change hands, so from Davies to Moffat, they gave Moffat all of the lines with 11 at the end of that special.
Right.
So basically, the first lines that 11 ever spoke, even though the entire rest of the special were written by Davies, those lines were written by Moffat. So just here as well, yes. So same thing here. So the last line, brilliant, was actually written by Chibnall. Right. Which was a brilliant line, all jokes aside, all puns aside, just being serious. Great line. But that's all he's written so far. So in my head, I'm like, he's a genius. But he's brilliant, in fact. No, but I have. It's funny. There are some people that have been talking about his older Doctor Who work online, and they're like, "This is the end of the end." And I'm like, guys, we saw what amazing work like Moffat's ended up becoming when stretched out. Perhaps, unless people didn't like his work with Broadchurch, perhaps if he brings his Broadchurch style of writing, or at the very least his pacing, to Doctor Who, that it might actually work out better for us.
Right.
Because, I mean, the only issue, of course, is that he will be writing first episodes and last episodes of every series. So maybe those will have some of the same Chibnall traits that some people aren't a big fan of, which is introducing a lot of shit.
Right.
Do you remember 42 and Gridiron?
Not
42 was 42 was the one where I think it was the Doctor and Martha, and it was just like, oh no, there are these zombies, basically zombies, in fucking suits of armor, and they can kill you with one touch. And oh no, the ship is going into the sun, and oh no. So people have been complaining that he just kept on throwing one thing after another in the same episode, and then. And it's funny, too, because there's actually an interview with Chibnall where he was saying, hey, I think the Doctor is the best when everything is thrown at him. And he can't just focus on one thing because everything is being thrown his way. Oh, the Doctor became blind in that episode.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't see, Martha. And it was,
Bill.
all that happened in one episode. So,
Matt,
what?
Matt, you've said
Yes.
Martha 3 times now. It's Bill.
What the fuck?
You're making a joke.
What the fuck? I'm talking about with Tennant and Martha. Chibnall has written for Doctor Who before.
Yeah. Wait, okay, I thought you were talking about the satellite. You said zombies and armor, and that made me think of the satellite one where... And then you said wait, what are you doing? What do you mean, what the fuck? What are you
They
doing?
were basically... No, I'm literally telling you about a fucking episode with Tennant, and you're just sitting here like, yeah, all of this makes sense, and you just don't say anything till now? They were basically fire monsters in armor, essentially. I mean, you could call them spacesuits, but they were basically fucking armor. If you don't remember the episode, you were in front of a computer, Tristan.
Yeah, well, I'm all right.
I'm telling you about this episode, and you're like, all of that makes sense, except now it doesn't. What are you doing? Dude, we're live. I'm just kidding. We're going to cut all this out. I'm not cutting any of this out. Anyway, no, I'm saying that Chibnall has written for Doctor Who before. He's written a bunch of different episodes, and one of them, in one episode, the Doctor was blind, which he also actually wrote the one underground with Clara, I think.
Oh,
the one where they were ghosts.
When he's possessed by the thing. Well,
I'm sorry, what was that?
Sorry, yeah, I'm looking at the episode. When you said he was blind, like it's when he's after the thing is possessing him and he can't see and they're freezing him. Now I remember. But sorry, when you say specifically the Doctor went blind, I thought 12 immediately. That's where I got confused.
Which is funny because it shouldn't the statement the Doctor went blind shouldn't be something that in the last 10 years we're like, wait, which time? Like, let's be real there. I'm not even going to shit on you for that, Tristan. We shouldn't be sitting here over the last 10 years and just being like, when the Doctor became blind. Wait, which time?
I mean,
dying, sure.
Death, so.
Yeah. I mean, but what other Doctor has lost their hand?
I don't know about anybody in classics, but...
No, but that's what I'm saying. We can say, remember the time the Doctor lost his hand? Ah, you're referring to Tennant. Not, wait a minute, Tennant or Capaldi? Like, wait,
right.
What? No, but no, yeah, you completely threw me for a loop there when you were just like, are you trying to make a bland character joke? I'm like, no, I'm not. I love Bill's character. Martha,
right.
I think, actually, I'll say this much, though. Both Bill and Martha needed more fucking time on the ship. You still call it the ship. They did, though. I'll say that much between the two of them. That's I know someone's going to be like, really? Is that all you see between? Obviously, there's some other you could think you can compare with the two of them. But the one major thing, I have to be honest with you, is really, to me anyway, is they needed more time. And it's kind of frustrating that it seems like, I know you have to make it seem like you're wrapping things up because the showrunner's leaving. But
right.
I do think that anyone who, I think at one point I was going to say, hey, I don't know if it's right to, because I think there were some people when Bill first appeared where they were like, they're not going to treat Bill correctly, and they're not going to portray her correctly as someone in the LGBTQ community. And I think that her being part of the LGBTQ community, I can't say the word so fast, just LGBT, I feel like I'm Trump now, the LGBTQ community. But the issue is, right, I don't think they had a problem portraying her in that regard. But then again, I'm not a woman who's part of that community. But I don't think they had a problem portraying her in that way, right? I think that the issue was that they basically just introduced her as, hey, she's going to be an in-between character, and just let her go. Where I know we've complained about this before, so I'm not going to stick on it too much. But this special really made me sit back and just go, guys, we couldn't have given Clara less time and her more time. Or, I know this sounds weird to say, but extended Clara's time. I know how that, especially coming from me, it's like, really, Matt, you wanted more Clara? If that means not having this little of Bill and potentially never having Bill again, yes.
Right.
Because I'd rather have Bill be super kick-ass with, Jodie's version of the Doctor.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would have loved the two of them kicking ass in space. Like, it would have been amazing. Not necessarily having to go into, like, a whole romance plot, because I'm not a big fan of the Doctor romancing, like, humans, just normal humans. So I don't know if I want to go there, because I wasn't a fan when it happened with Rose, sort of. I feel like with Clara, they made it very clear they're friends. They're friends, Yugi! But there was still something about it that it felt like it was a bit more. But they did clearly, we're like, no, friends, friendship. So that's fine, right? Yeah. But I don't know, man. I feel like, especially the way Bill was introduced in this special, like, how do you feel the way Bill was introduced? Because it's like, did you think she was going to be some, like, not spy, the way the first Doctor put it, but did you think that she was going to be a replica or whatever, you know, a bunch of memories? Like, what did you think she was going to be when you first saw her, either in the trailer or even just in the special itself?
I mean, I really thought it was going to be Bill, and that, you know, she got plucked from wherever she was when she was traveling with, you know, the other girl that came in. Oh boy, sorry, blanking out on names, but
Oh yeah, I got to be honest with you. Every time I see her, I think her name is Katie, but it's not Katie. It's something completely different that's nowhere close to Katie.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I actually thought it was going to be Bill, but, you know, that she would, like, you know, it was great to see you again, Doctor, but I kind of can't stay here. Like, you know, I don't have a physical presence anymore. I can't, like, just pop in and out all the time. You know, it would be, like, kind of the one last hurrah, and then she'd go back off, you know, with her. But, yeah, I guess it kind of drives home the idea. It's like, no, Bill's kind of gone.
Yes, it's just frustrating that, to me, it came off as, and it's not that I just convinced you of it, although I feel like maybe I convinced you of it a little bit, but like after looking at that last episode before the special, it truly feels like, hey, I'm not dead. I can just take on whatever form I want to because I'm traveling with her. So if she wants to give me a body out of air molecules, then she can, because fuck you, science. Look at her.
Yeah.
Seriously, just look at Water Girl and tell me that science hasn't been given a giant fuck you. The first Doctor would have been like, no, that is not how any of this works.
Heather. Right. That's her name, Heather.
Like, okay. What?
No, the other girl's name is Heather.
Heather, thank you. That's what I said. It's nowhere close to Katie. I was like, I don't know why. But yes, so that's my issue with, like, not the only, but I think one of the biggest issues, because I don't think I have a lot of complaining to do about this special, but the one thing that I'll say that I don't think is a complaint, and if you want to call it a complaint, not you personally, but anyone, fine, is the fact that it's the Doctor speaking to Bill's memories, which I know the episode is trying to show us, no, but it really is Bill. But, like, okay, I know I'm going to sound fucked up here, but you might as well have replaced almost every single one of her lines with, hey, who turned out the lights? Hey,
oh my God.
Who turned out the lights? Because that's what it feels like she is. She's the last part of the battery pack in the spacesuit.
No,
and I'm sorry.
With you, and that's why it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
now, granted, she could exist forever if the machine wants her to be fair, but because it's not like some weird mind link thing, it feels like there's still always an end to it. Like, even though it is the memories, so I don't think the machine isn't doing a good job at replication because it's taking everything she ever was and is saying this is what she would do based on everything she's ever done or thought of doing. So even though they say memories, I assume it's taking thought into account as well.
Yeah.
I would hope it does, because, like, that would be really dumb if it was just like, well, this guy killed people but never pet an animal, so he loves killing and hates animals. No, but he loved animals. He just never, like, pet an animal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird to just be like, no, it's only based on things he's seen and done. So he's just crazy killing Bill. It's like, no, but he was more than just that. Do you know what I mean?
You would make a good darling.
Oh, God, right? Basically, yeah. No, but you see what I mean, though, right? Like, I assume it takes, even though it uses memories as a simple concept, I assume it takes thoughts into account as well. Because thoughts can be memories. Well, the personality is based off of the thoughts and the memories of the person, their entire life. It was just so strange because I don't know, man. Like, I didn't want it's weird because, like, technically it's like, oh, no, but Moffat didn't overwrite what he did before because he technically left her, quote-unquote, dead. It's like, no, but I guess someone could say, well, Moffat wanted to keep her, quote-unquote, alive to have a second guess during the Christmas special. But I think one of the bigger issues here is I feel like Moffat just wants to have nice, either Christmas or just nice things to happen to his companions, seemingly. Like, oh, the pawns get to live. And it's like, no, but they live horribly because they don't get to live where they want to, and the doctor never sees them again. No, but they're alive, quote-unquote. It's like, look, just either kill them or let them just be happy. And you could argue, well, Bill's happy with that woman. It's like, happier than she would be with her family? Really? Or friends? Well, actually, she had a family, didn't she, or am I wrong?
Well, her mother died. I don't know if she talks about her father. She may have.
Actually, good point. So she had, like, one friend. She had, like, one friend. All right, fair.
Yeah.
But still, like, you're telling me that she was like, fuck college. I mean, I guess the idea is, but you get to explore the universe. Who wouldn't want to do that? It's like, I don't know, man. Like, and I know that's an old thing, but it just ties into this a little bit because here we are.
On exploring the universe with Heather. I just felt that Bill was content with exploring the universe with Heather.
I'll give you that. What I think is this, right? If in the there's a novelization coming out of this. If in the novelization it's like, oh no, I link up with, like, even though I'm just her memories, I can give her new memories. So even in death, she is content or something like that. Then that feels like a nice, weird thing to have happen here. But it just kind of feels like a little bit of what the doctor said, where the robot's like, no, I really am her. And the doctor's like, but you can easily shift out of being her. It's like you're an actor or an actress.
Right. You want
so
to be Bill Potts.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, like, the idea is like there's only one Bill Potts. You are not the Bill Potts. You have, the memories, and it's like, oh, I'm everything that she is. It's like, yeah, but you're not her.
And that's what's
weird.
So wrong about it, because you would think that there would be some timey-wimey bullshit that would then get the real Bill Potts there.
Right.
No, because think about it. I mean, yes, the time anomalies happen. Yes, because technically it's like, oh, no, but the machine stopped time. It's like, oh, yeah, and the doctor being with the doctor is making everything super fucking peachy.
And the first doctor not wanting, it's like also refusing to regenerate is not screwing with time either.
That's the whole point, yes. That's why they were drawn to each other. Yeah. So it's like all of this shit fucking with each other. Two TARDISes, I mean, all of this shit. And you couldn't have a situation where it's like, actually, I'm the real Bill Potts. Sure, would it have been annoying as fuck? Perhaps. But maybe the machine should fuck off, because if you're trying to tell us throughout the entire episode, oh no, this isn't the real Bill, and I guess by extension, the real Nardole, then when you show them, and the doctor is just like, thank you. Thank you for what? You're talking to a fucking machine. I know it's sentimental and, like, it's supposed to be like, well, if this is the best I'm going to get, then sure.
Right, pretty much. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
It's really funny.
I can say goodbye. Maybe it isn't really the real you, but at least I can feel like I got it out, sort of.
Like,
you know.
like as he's going into the fucking TARDIS, he just kind of puts his head out. You know, technically, you're both basically K9. I just said goodbye to two K9s. You're basically robot dogs. Goodbye.
Oh my God, I'm the tin dog. See,
But then why are my nipples still glass?
Oh my God.
That fucking killed me.
That killed me too. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Now every part of me is glass, and not just my nipples. And I was like, what?
What? Yeah.
Oh, I love Mark Gatiss. I think it's Gatiss, right? Or is it Gatiss?
No, Gatiss, yeah.
Gatiss.
Yeah,
Fucking love. I love Gaddis's work both on Doctor Who and on Sherlock.
Sherlock, yeah.
He's such a great actor. He's a great writer too, because he's one of the head writers on Sherlock, and also he was not a head writer, but he wrote a few episodes of Doctor Who as well in the past.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he wrote the one. It's funny if it was this one where his character that he played aged incredibly. It was actually another Martha episode.
Right.
And it was kind of like it was when the Doctor meets Martha's family at the gala.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, I'm pretty sure he wrote that one as well. What was that?
The Lazarus Experiment, or that might not have been the title, but that's what it was.
No, it actually might have been the title. Thank you, because I remember it being that as well. So now that's okay. So I talked about a negative thing about the special. I would like to ask you, Tristan, to bring something positive.
Well, I mean, 12 and 1 interacting together was fabulous.
It was. Okay, so I loved it to death. However, the one thing that I feel weird about, so I have a question for you. Okay, so like, here's my question though, Tristan. Are you, okay, so you're laughing. What are you laughing at? I couldn't hear you. Now it feels like you're laughing behind my back.
Well, Matt's just like, now let me turn it over to Tristan to give us something positive. I like their interactions. Now that's great, but I do have one thing to say about it. It's like, that's negative. It's like, San, we're right back to where we started. Okay, got it.
Yeah, right? Well, I just said something nice about Gaddis. So you know what? I like Marky Mark. Okay, so I know him, and by that I mean I've never met the man. I would love to. Seems like a great guy. Okay, so just the one thing, right? Are you a fan of like the Big Finish audio plays? I actually have not heard any, but I want to. Our very own fellow Let's Player podcaster Anthony Toto is a huge fan. Like, compared to us, we're like little shits compared to his power level when it comes to how many of these he has in his collection.
Yeah.
So, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I believe he and I talked about there being newer ones coming out with the First Doctor, and with this actor portraying the First Doctor. I know this was done for comedy, but it's a little weird to be like, you should buy these audio plays. By the way, that Doctor is a sexist. Huge.
I mean, even
it was
Capaldi's Doctor
in the context. Well, wait, no, I'm referring to the First Doctor.
Yeah, no, I know, and I'm saying 12 looking back and like, that's
No. It's good that we have that. I'm saying that now the whole concept is buy stuff with the new First Doctor. Like, buy new First Doctor stuff. By the way, he's a sexist. Here you go. It's a weird look. Like, as a one-off is what I'm saying. Just in this special, it's funny, and it's you what?
No, because I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that that's something that they would, in the audio plays, they wouldn't, like, that part of his character wouldn't be a positive thing. It would be presented negatively like it is.
And it wouldn't be shown at all is what I'm saying. No, you don't understand. I'm not saying that we're going to have him being that way. I'm just saying that, like, if you introduce bad character traits for a character you're about to promote a new audio play around, it's just quite strange.
it's not his entire character either. I'm not saying it should be overlooked, but at the same time, it's not like that's what he's all about either.
I know. I'm just saying that in context of only this special, it's actually really funny to see because we know that he wasn't exactly like this in the first serials. He was a little bit like Susan, please. Like, he was a little bit like that. I mean, granted, that was his granddaughter. But, like, with some of the other women, he was a little, but nothing to this point, because this is being done for comedy to show the difference in both how the Doctor has grown and also to show the changing of the old guard with the 13th Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that when you do this to a character, it is kind of rough to be like, but remember to buy the new audio dramas. Now, he's not going to be that way. But when you introduce a character that is basically just like, this place really needs a good dusting. Can we make sure to get a woman around here? And he keeps on saying that a lot in the special as a joke because we laugh at it because we're like, oh, good God, this fucking old man is, oh, good fucking God. Like, oh, God, things have changed. Times have changed. Like, I know I'm supposed to be looking at it that way. But, yes, even though he's the younger one, but whatever. I know, but, like, it's funny how that's the one thing, too, by the way. Like, it's always funny when Doctor Who does that. When it's like, Grandpa, it's like he's your youngest version. What do you mean? But he's the wisest. No, I mean, at least in this case, they treated him as like it's funny. This case, they didn't treat him as the wise one necessarily, although he had that one line of, like, just look at her. Well, I'm happy he's teaching the older Doctor. Like, wow, I should just look at her. It's kind of like, it's not done in a way of like, my eyes are better than yours, youngin'. It's more so like, I'm paying more attention because I'm the wise one. And it's like, you're a young little shit.
Right.
Like, I know it's hard to do because of how he looks, but I feel like it's something that Doctor Who has never, and it's not a Moffat thing, it's a general Doctor Who thing. They've never really grasped. Like, I didn't see the 5 Doctor special, but I saw the one with the first 3 Doctors. Yeah. And it was super weird having the second and third Doctor looking to Hartnell for advice when it's like, wait, guys.
He's younger than you, technically.
Yeah. Why are you two quarreling? Why are you two quibbling? I mean, sure, their personalities for 2 and 3 didn't just to get along, really. But it's just funny because number 1 was like, yeah. You see what I mean? So in this case, I feel like.
Yeah. Like, all right, let's get back on track.
What was that?
I said 1 is usually the one reigning, 2 and 3 in, because I saw the 5 Doctor special. Granted, it was, what are they called? I can't remember the name of the guys that, they make jokes and they look over old sci-fi stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, obviously it wasn't Mystery Science Theater, was it?
No, Riff Track. That's who it was.
Oh, but they're the same. Some of the same actors went on to do Riff Tracks.
I guess so, yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, okay. So yeah, I haven't seen that. But still, even seeing the 3 Doctors, that special, it was something similar. So it is kind of funny in that regard. But I mean, no. All I'm saying is in this context, just this special alone, if they weren't doing anything else with the first Doctor and this actor, then it would be like, oh, okay. Fine, you brought him back. Sure, you did a little bit of this, but whatever. It's just the way, it happens, right? If you want to sit here and look at Doctor Who and be like, no, the characters can only stay in the past. Well, sorry, I'm sorry to tell you this, you're watching Doctor Who, right? But it is funny that it's like, buy this new merch with our sexist Doctor. So, and is it the only thing about him? No, that's why he's the Doctor. He isn't a sexist person, he is a sexist Doctor. Because he is the Doctor. But with some not so casual, according to this special, hints of sexism.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Like, they blasted it up to 12, for the special, but it's hard to then say, buy these audio plays. He won't be like that in them, of course. I mean, maybe if he meets River Song, I don't know how that would work, but yeah. So I don't think they haven't had the first Doctor meet River Song yet in the plays, I think, right?
No. She's met other previous Doctors in her audio series.
Yes,
these
I'm pretty
guys.
sure Anthony told me that Baker, number 4, is going to be or has met River.
Yeah.
So that, by the way, if anyone doesn't know about this, like, you guys should really go check out these audio plays. I also should as well. But yeah, there's some really cool stuff that they do where they actually get the same actors back to meet all these different doctors and characters. But yeah, so anyway, that was the one negative thing I said, right? Like, it's weird to promote newer stuff with characters that you've changed in this way. It's weird. It's a little weird. But in this special, their interactions were great because I do think it's nice to show you how much the Doctor has grown and how young and inexperienced the first Doctor is at being the Doctor.
Right. Well, because the one part he even flies, Hartnell's TARDIS, and he comes out and he's like, "You got us here," and I landed it perfectly. How?
Yeah, because it took. Also, by the way, so this might be my favorite part of the special, and I hate to say this because it's such a minuscule part, but maybe because it's so small, that's why it's my favorite part of the entire special. When the Doctor, when the first Doctor asked 12, "Where did the brandy go?" And he said, "I don't know. I've probably had a swig of it over the last 1,500 years. Things have kind of been rock and roll."
Right. Oh my God.
But then, not that one part. Then later on, in his own TARDIS, when the first Doctor takes out the brandy, he says, "Well, that's where the brandy went." Implying that as the first Doctor, he took out the brandy and said to the captain and to what was supposed to be Bill, "Hey, have some brandy," and then he leaves.
Right.
So that's where the brandy went.
Yep.
He learned about it after he knew about it because he never remembers that. Because he'll obviously never remember those moments because, thankfully, the one thing I like about this version of Doctor Who, this version being Moffat's version, they've definitely tried to put out there like, hey, I mean, maybe the Fifth Doctor special, they did it too, but I don't remember. But in this version of Doctor Who, they really try to put out there that, hey, if the Doctor meets the Doctor, there's some weird timey-wimey bullshit that he will never remember.
Yeah.
No, I like that because obviously 12 is not going to remember where the brandy went. He's like, well, I don't know, maybe I took a fucking swig. It's been years. Then the first one is in the TARDIS later, like, that's where it went. I'm giving it to these two. That makes sense. Because he's like, I had more brandy. It's like, yes, you did, Grandpa. Until you gave it to them, something that you didn't experience yet. It's Moffat doing little shit like that I really enjoy throughout the series. Like, same thing with Time Crash, the little special with, 6 and 10. Thank you, sorry. It's funny. For sometimes when it comes to everyone post 4 and pre 7, it's a little touch and go.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm like, it's like, it's funny. You're like, there's a Baker as a Doctor, and I'm just like, well, depending on, give me a face. I know it's not 4. But yeah. So so for me, when it comes to like the little stuff that Moffat does with time, it's the little things like, oh, this actually came first and this or whatever. That's cool. The one thing, though, that plagued this special, that sometimes plagues other stuff that Moffat does, he makes characters too, I'll call them OP, as in God, right? Because in my opinion, even though it's just a machine working with memories, because of everything it knows and the fact that it knows the Doctor, it makes it seem, and because of how many testimonies it should have, I feel like it should know so much more, even about the situation itself, that it seems so strange that as Bill, it's just like, well, this is weird. Like, I know it's supposed to be Bill, but, like, I feel like the machine should have gotten so many other people's testimonies by now.
Yeah.
I mean, it can play the entire Doctor's timeline up until that point. So that's the one thing about time that I feel weird, is that you have Moffat doing things where, you know, like I said, the whole like timey-wimey stuff, right? I mean, he made that line, timey-wimey. And then it's like, wait, it's timey-wimey until I need it not to be. And it's just something that's happened with him throughout his run. And it's so strange where it's like, this is the all-knowing, all-powerful I. Wait a minute. And then the I's like, I am the all-powerful, all-seeing. Wait, where did you go? Damn it. I was all-powerful and all-seeing, but I didn't see that coming. And not like in the villainous making a monologue way.
Right.
Because, like, you know, like how it is with the Daleks and whoever else, like being villains, making their monologues. You know, like, we've got you, Doctor. You talked just long enough for me to make up a plan. Damn, we talked just long enough for him to make. Not like that. More so like, if this machine has so.
Yes, and that's what I want them to think they have. But they do. It's up there. Yes, that one is, but not his.
And it's kind of just like, really? You would know that that's how the first Doctor looks like, and that's how the newest Doctor looks like. And what do you think? They're just roommates for the day?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could say, if, you know, oh, it wanted info, so it was just going to chill around even if.
Yeah.
I guess. But,
I mean,
so maybe
the whole,
yeah.
The whole the testimony kind of, like, I didn't not like it, but it kind of, like you say, it felt kind of grandiose and then didn't have that, like, I guess it technically brought them together, but it didn't feel like it had that much to do with the episode. It was more just, you know, let's have 12 and 1 pal around. And I'm like, okay, you got me. It's like, oh, but they meet through this and that. It's like, look, you had me at 12 and 1 are going to meet. You really don't. And I guess in the end, that's the point. It's like, that's what I was here for, and I didn't really care too much about the rest. I mean, other than, like,
I'll give you that.
Seeing Bill and everybody, and, you know, Clara, and, like, the moments that I came there to see is what kept my attention. I really didn't pay too much attention to the episode structure as a whole.
Yes. So, and here's the funny thing, right? I agree with you 100%, and I think that's the problem. So here's something that I didn't know about, actually. They may have ended up skipping a Christmas special because, understandably, Chibnall did not feel comfortable starting off on a Christmas special. And Moffat was like, I'm only going to write until the new series, like until my series ends. So they were going to maybe go without a Christmas special. And Moffat said, no, I'll stay for another Christmas special. Just to iron everything out. And then he apparently took some stuff that was going to be in the series and pushed it to the Christmas special. When I tell you that, and maybe some of you who don't know that, and now you know, doesn't that seem kind of like, doesn't it make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't want to be that person, but like, I
can see that.
Yeah. Now, here's the funny thing, though. I don't see how one would have played a part in the end of series, of series 9. So, like, in my opinion, I do think that it probably gave us the chance to have one. This Christmas special being a thing.
I'm happy they did that. Yeah.
That's actually the coolest thing. However, it just, so it's funny to have the Doctor go, wow, I honestly don't know what to do when they're not evil. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was, but at the end of the day, it then gives us something that I don't think I've ever seen before, perhaps, a Doctor Who episode without a villain.
Technically,
One could argue, actually, it was the Doctor standing in the way of himself. And it's like, yeah, but when you tell me who the next Doctor is going to be, I know I'm not supposed to have any doubt. But, like, if the Doctor's going to regenerate, I know I'm not supposed to because it's fucking Doctor Who. But, like, it feels like this was not nothing because that's wrong. But like you said, they gave me the stuff that I wanted to see, which was Doctor, 1 interacting with 12, which was just guaranteed by the trailer alone, right?
Yeah.
And then it just didn't really, like there was nothing technically to quote unquote wrap up. Now, yes, obviously, like, but Matt, yes, there was. The doctor had to decide, hey, I'm gonna live again, but like not as me though. Which, yes, that's what he had to decide. But it's like, what else do we have to wrap up? Like, was it gonna be like, will one decide not to? No, I'm pretty sure one's gonna decide to. Like, that would be really awkward.
I mean, it's kind of an episode of soul searching, basically. It's kind of that reaffirmation in himself that, yeah, the universe still kind of technically needs the doctor. Like, I know, it's like, I've been running it once, like, he even says it, it's like, you know, oh, can't it save itself for once? Like, no, you're right, it'll probably get it wrong without me. Or it'll most definitely get it wrong without me.
It's just, okay, so here's where it is, right? It feels, okay, if they said, like, the memories were like, I don't know who they would say this to. That's the problem with not having Bill actually being there and just being kind of part of the hive mind. Because if they somehow, the memories were like, actually, we legit have no data of the doctor living past this date, which is really fucking weird because we're like, we know everything. So we really have to get him to change his mind. But it felt like they were just like, we're all-knowing and all-seeing, but only up to a certain point. And it just so happens to be the point where we know that the 12th exists, but not the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, the 20th, the 25th, 37th.
The 3001st.
Yeah, right? Only the 12th.
We have records of the 3001st Doctor. That's definitely a thing. Unfortunately, a few in between, I don't know, maybe the film reels got, like, taped over or thrown out. I don't know. It's not in the data. We have some audio.
Wait, no, we found one. We found one. Where was it? In Space, New Zealand. Some TV station had it.
There we go.
We got it.
Uploading database.
Oh.
Uploading database.
That was a good joke, Tristan. Thank you. You made me laugh on Christmas. It's not Christmas, sure, but you made me. You know what? I'm seeing the soldiers all, like, hug each other in the background, and I'm like, this is good Christmas fodder, Tristan. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, God, that was because I was actually watching the Christmas special, like, after I got home from family and everything, and I was watching it with my mom because she loves Doctor Who, too. And they were doing the whole armistice on Christmas, in World War I, and she's like, yeah, it's unfortunate they got up the next day and started murdering each other again.
Well, I mean, that's the problem. Yeah, they did that.
And I was like, oh. No, but it was a real feel-good moment, and I look over, I'm like, oh, Mom. I'm like, I know you're right, but, oh, man.
No, that's the problem. I agree with your mom. I thought the same thing.
Oh, yeah, no.
I knew it was a feel. I knew it. So, how do you feel about the Brigadier's dad surviving?
Ah, okay. So, yes, I knew it's funny. The name that he said, I didn't, because I haven't heard the Brigadier's full name, but I'm like, I feel like that's where this is going. He has some connection to UNIT, and I want to say the Brigadier, but yeah. Because it was funny,
yes,
I laughed.
The Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart.
Right, I'm like, is that the Brigadier? I'm like, no, it's a different character. And Anthony's like, no, it's a different character. He didn't tell. I wonder what he's going to say about that, too. Now, I'm like,
well, I mean, it is a different character. It's his pappy.
No, I know. But I'll just be like, Anthony, did you know that was...
So, but, yeah, of course he knew. But so here's the question. Well, he knew, obviously, after he heard the name. But how do you feel about his dad living?
I mean, it's kind of like the doctor says. It's like, no, I might... Well, how he alludes to the fact it's like, no, I know I can't save everybody. I rarely ever get the opportunity to. But as long as I can leave a battlefield and at least say that I helped somebody, something, I can deal with it in a way,
Yeah, I don't mean saving a person. I mean, like, just it being the Brigadier's dad. Do you think that was too much, or...
No, like we've already got 12-1 and all that going on. It's like I don't think that was out of place or too much, personally.
No, I mean like okay, so like how do I don't know how well I say too much like not so much that I mean more so like obviously he's involved with the Brigadier's family, the Brigadier, the Brigadier's daughter. My whole thing is that if he said like okay if he said something like if I go home I'm gonna like my wife is waiting for me at home. We wanted to have a boy, but then this all happened.
I'm pretty sure they've been born. Like
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not like the Brigadier starts disappearing from the picture if the doctor doesn't save his dad.
Oh, I see.
Unless, and I might be wrong here, or like wrong before I'm saying this, the Brigadier might be the third kid, actually. He might have said, I had two brothers. Okay. So he might be the youngest. And I don't remember that, by the way. Like, I don't...
Like, he may have saved him for that moment when they put it like, oh, I suppose I'm going to have to go back and face my death anyway. Like, yeah, he survived maybe one more day because of that armistice. Who knows about the next day, though? Like,
that's a good point. Because
at that point.
No, that's a... Yeah, no, and that's a sad thing, but that's a great point. And the only reason why I'm saying it, though, like, Matt, why are you saying this? Why are you being so cruel, Matt? Because it's one of those weird things where, like, if his dad lives and comes home, and he was just like, I was a great soldier, but I would never want you to see the, the battlefield, the war. Don't go into the military, son. Go be an artist.
Right. Well,
that completely fucks up the timeline. Like, okay, obviously someone's going to get on my ass for saying the Doctor always saves people that can easily fuck up someone's timeline every time he saves someone. Yes, but arguably they're never as direct to him as this could be. Like, this could literally mean that he doesn't meet the Brigadier and he dies. So literally the Doctor starts disappearing. Why am I disappearing? Because the third one of you died. Great job.
I feel like with, that time period that character is a part of, and just like their family heritage and all that, I still don't think it would change much about them, personally.
That's true. No, you're right. I mean, you never know what can happen with someone though. Like these, what I mean?
No,
like these events.
He does take a risk in a way.
But it's so funny because it's a risk that, like, I don't know. Like, I know he didn't know until he didn't know until he moved everything already. But
right, yeah.
It was just like, Doctor, do you like? It was supposed to be like a feel-good moment, like a reference, like, see, he saved the Brigadier's dad, so it's okay that he fucked with time. And it's like, not if the Brigadier's dad somehow living ends up changing his son's career path.
Right.
Now, of course, maybe the Brigadier never mentioned his dad dying in the war, so his dad was never supposed to die in the war. And if that's the case, good on you, Moffat. You closed up a hole that I never knew about.
Right.
But I think it felt more like, yeah.
Right. With one teleporting back in, like after he leaves and then he comes back and he's number 2 and the companions come back in and it's like, what the hell happened? It's like, oh, so this is what happened between those two phases, like phase in, phase out. Like, okay. I thought that was kind of neat.
Oh, dude, I love the way they transitioned from old footage to new footage, and frankly,
yeah.
I think I loved how they sat back and were like, okay, at least at this point, it's 2017, and we don't want to be mean, right? We hate to be pessimists here, and I know it sounds funny coming from us complaining, but let's be serious here, right? We hate to be pessimists when it comes to things in real life, but not about the show, but there's a good chance that footage might be lost forever at this point.
Right.
So why not make a special about what could have happened to the first in between all of that?
Yeah.
Like, will we ever find it again? Perhaps, but maybe we won't. I mean, fuck it, dude. It's already been like 50 years since the episode aired.
Yeah.
So it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, at this point, it's like, all right, so let's make that special, right? Let's have the first Doctor,
Right.
you know, and also apparently it was a line that was erased from the script. The original writer who wrote that serial thought, oh, maybe I should put in that the first Doctor, has doubts about regenerating. And then he said, no, let me not do that. So Moffat actually expanded on that, essentially what would be, you know, you could argue it's a deleted scene, deleted line, expand on that in something that technically never happened.
Right.
And that's what's crazy about the special. It's like, oh, it never happened, quote unquote. Which I know to some might seem like bigger bullshit than, you know, because I think it's bigger bullshit than, you know, with the Doctor talking to memories rather than the whole, like, oh, well, this never happened to the first Doctor. Like, I don't look at it that way because I think of it as, hey, you know, you can't have these reunion specials and stuff like that where, you know, the Doctor's going to know what goes on throughout his entire life. Like, that's not good. That's a god.
Right.
But at the same time, like, I understand why people might say that. Like, why should the Doctor just forget about a lesson that he learned? It's like, well, because 12 didn't forget, and that's who needed to learn the lesson. 1 was always going to learn it somehow because 12 exists. Like, we have to remember that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So I have to say though, I don't know if we would have gotten more Clara if she wasn't so busy with she being the actress, Jenna Louise Coleman, because Coleman has been busy recently with, I think, a movie or a show called Victoria, I imagine based on Queen Victoria.
Yep. Jenna
Right?
Coleman plays Queen Victoria. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't realize she was, okay, so fuck it. She can't go back to Doctor Who. She's the queen. Oh, hoity-toity. Sorry that you can't travel around the universe with a shield. You're the fucking queen. No, but I love her. I have to say, I do love her work. Look. Okay, for anyone who thinks, I love her work as Clara. I just, you know, I have a problem with the way the show presented Clara, not the way she did, right? But, But yeah, so she only appeared for that brief second. But, like, does it feel, unless she comes back later on, and like I would hope she comes back one day because it's just so weird to be like, by the way, you remember me.
Right.
Like, could you imagine if they did that to Donna?
Oh.
And the universe didn't explode because timey-wimey?
Right.
Or rather, she didn't explode because she would have exploded.
Right. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to see Donna again. That would be amazing. But yeah, no, her mind would explode. That's a no-no.
But imagine if it didn't. If they were just like, actually, her mind didn't explode because the power of the universe. You know what I mean? And she was fine.
Like, oh. I'm sorry, Donna.
Why did I think of that? Oh, wow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just my thing, right? Like, imagine if you... What?
No, I'm just laughing. Yeah.
But, like, seriously, right? Like, just imagine if they did to Donna, and then you're just sitting there like, so she's okay now? Yeah. Oh, so are we getting her back? Probably not. Because, of course, you want Chibnall to create his own characters, his own story, his own companions. But it's like, just leave good enough alone. If you did the thing, then let the thing be.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing that I feel awkward about with Moffat, with his work, is I feel like it's if you do the thing, and the thing, by the way, what's the thing? Well, in Amy and Rory's case, the thing was goodbye. If you do the goodbye, let it be. But then he doesn't, and then finally it has to be like a final goodbye of like, no, they're stuck in Manhattan with angels.
Yeah.
And then they're gone forever. And then it's just like, all right, so with Clara, are you going to leave them alone? No? Oh, no, she died. Well, I mean, oh, well, it's sad, and I was upset, but I was like, well, everything must come to it. No, she's not dead. Well, I mean, she is, but she's traveling around forever, and the Doctor will never know about it. Wait,
Right.
he remembers again, but he still doesn't know that she's traveling around the universe. Okay.
Well, that was the thing they said. They had a little, like, after the show closing kind of thing, said that he always wanted to heal that wound. And the idea to say that he didn't want to, he wanted to wrap things up where he's like, no, he has his memories of Clara, but that's it, though. Like, he remembers her, and that's the nice thing, and let's just leave it at that. Kind of.
See, that's what hurts me, though. I saw that, too. And I don't consider it a nice thing. I consider it like just – no, I consider it taking your pencil, which, by the way, who the fuck writes in pencil? He typed it up. But you're taking your pencil and just turning it around and erasing what you wrote before and changing the answer on your test after the test has been submitted.
I mean, but in
like
a way,
you gave
it's also it's still not technically Clara that's there. It's just the memory of her, so it's him getting his memories back, but it's not like he personally got to say goodbye. So it's
oh, no, I know. But, like, that also still makes – I don't know. Like, no, you're right. I'm not saying that it's like it is Clara.
Right.
I'm not saying it's it's Clara. I'm just saying that it's a weird situation because I don't think it was a wound that needed to be healed because it's one of those things where it's like if you made the wound, then why didn't you heal it back then? Oh, well, we wanted to close it out with Jenna because that's what we would do. We would close it out with the older companions. It's just like, so you're telling me that if, like, you're telling me she and Ashilda are too busy fucking drinking in space and partying to be like, oh, shit, the doctor's going to regenerate now.
Right. Yeah.
Like, Ashilda knows everything that's going to happen in the universe. She was at the end. You're telling me.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
I mean, I feel like it should have been kind of almost like what, Tennant did. He kind of went, he's like, I'm dying. So I'm going to quickly just jot back and say, so long to everybody before I explode. But
yes.
instead,
Did
have
I
it
think
in reverse, have 12 be like, well, I'm dying, and just have, Clara and Ashilda jump in. It's like the diner appears. It's like, so there's no way we can stop this. No, I'm gone. I'm dying. Well, or even having, Bill and Heather pop in with Nardole just for a few seconds. It's like, aren't you supposed to be protecting the people from the Cybermen? Look, you're dying. I can take 5 minutes to say goodbye before I pop back in. And Bill, too. It's like, I don't have a physical body, but, like, my mind's still here, and Heather's still here, so we can say goodbye.
It would be really funny if it's just, can you imagine you're supposed to be protecting them from the Cybermen. Cybermen, Cyber who? We've been there for years. We're fine, Doctor.
Oh, God. Yeah, he just comes back in. Oh, no.
I loved the whole, like, you think the end of your life could be any worse, and then this happens, and he's like, hey. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't, because here's the thing, right? It's funny, too, because even though with 10 I thought it was a bit too much, like, oh, shouldn't he be dying sooner? I didn't realize that he could actually hold it back until fairly recently when I saw the older Who, and I was like, oh, he could hold it back.
Right.
Like the regeneration, But because when I first saw it with Tennant, I was like, this is too much. Like, he's just going to see everyone, like every aunt, mom, uncle. Like, everyone I've ever seen, I will wave to sadly, as I am dying. But with 12 here, it actually makes so much sense because of how powerful Moffat made everyone around 12.
Yeah, right.
That they could literally stop in to fucking say hello.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. It's just like, wait a minute, Bill, Heather, and Nardole? Yeah, they made me into everything. It was kind of weird. Nipple's still glass, though. Don't know why they didn't just change that. So, like, yeah, it's just one of those things where, like, that's the thing. Moffat has just this way of making, A, evil organizations that go nowhere, or B, super overpowered people that are basically superheroes, not, I know people are going to laugh, are you referring to that last Christmas special? Actually, no. But yes, I guess. the superpowered people that are around the Doctor. And now all of a sudden it's just like, what do you mean? It has to be the memory machine. How could it be Bill? It's like, Bill is everything in existence. Bill should know everything in existence.
Next thing you know, Danny Pink and River Song come in to say goodbye to. He's like, I don't even want to know how the hell you two got here. Like, it's probably better you don't.
My God. Oh, good God, that would be great. Yeah. No, but it's true. Because also, by the way, why is we've talked about in the past. And by the way, here's the thing, right? In the past, we've talked about Moffat being obsessed with certain key themes. He seems recently very obsessed with death.
I mean, kind of a big theme within human existence.
But I'm saying, like, usually, I know you could argue the Weeping Angels, I guess, Angel of Death, whatever. But I feel like recently when it comes to his finales, like, when I saw The Big Bang, it didn't make me think, like, even though it's like the death of the universe, quote unquote, I think of it as the resetting of the universe or the pausing or the, but it felt like when it came to some of the recent ones, it kind of feels like, oh, yes, Danny Pink is, in a fucking mainframe somewhere because this is heaven. Just kidding. Oh, hey. Who's using the dead? These memories. I mean, I guess you could say that the Silence in the Library also used death, but I feel like recently he's been using, like, the existence of, like, either organizations or, like, heavenly stand-ins, if you will, like stand-ins for heaven. Brought some very strange stuff to Doctor Who that I think you and I, we talked about when it came to Danny Pink and everyone getting uploaded into basically, like, the cloud, like, of death.
Yeah.
We weren't fans of that, but it's so strange that he's brought that back in a way yet again with like, no, but this organization has everyone's memories.
This one's not run by the Master.
Right? Maybe.
Oh, yeah, and Misty, too, for that matter. Although,
she's dead, quote unquote. She's going to regenerate into someone completely new. Hey, I bet you £5. I don't have that. I bet you £5 that the new companion is Missy.
Now, you see...
I don't mean Missy. I mean the new companion, who is a man, is another Master Regeneration.
Like, that's the thing. I can't deny you, but at the same time...
Well, because I don't know what they're doing. Well, because, we're going to wrap this up just a little bit. Not immediately, but in the next 15 minutes or so. You and I, we saw Missy clearly what seemingly is, die. I mean, of course, die equals regeneration in our minds. But she got shot, and they never really went back to that at all.
Yeah.
So
well,
I
feel like is always, other than this time that we saw with, Ten's Master and then Missy now, like, you never actually see how the Master comes back, and I'm pretty sure that stays true even in classics. Like, he always finds a way back, but you never really are told how he comes back. He's just kind of
right, but I don't think they're going to keep... No, that's true, but I don't think we're going to keep Gonzalez, is what I'm saying. It would be nice, but I don't think we're going to keep her.
Right. No, like, it's definitely going to be a new incarnation, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so when it comes to the special, right, I know it sounds like I'm complaining, but, like, I really loved what here's the funny thing. I love what they did, I say technically, but, like, referring to, like, the shots that they took. The special effects with the Doctor was a little weird with the regeneration, because I don't think they've gone that wide with a regeneration shot, so it looked a little weird, the special effects.
Right.
Because I like it when it's closer and the yellow is just overpowering even his own face.
Right, yeah.
Like they did the first two times, or at least they did with 9 into 10. I have to say, though, like I also mentioning earlier, I liked how they transitioned from the black and white footage to the new footage. The actors that they got, though, to portray the older Doctor Who companions, Polly, and then I can't remember the other one's name, they were very strange. Not that their acting ability was strange, but their outfits. Okay, so Tristan, please don't hate me for this.
Okay.
Was it Trevor or the other companion?
No, I believe his name is Ben.
Ben, sorry, thank you. It seems like the set, I guess maybe it was just a new set, or maybe they didn't want to build it. Maybe they thought we're going to build it low budget because it's going to remind us of like old Who. But the old budget set with all of the new colors and all of their clothes and the guy's ill-fitting wig, which was not fitting to the guy's hair in the original, made it look like a porn parody.
Okay.
Watch the scene again, and you're going to notice this set looks horribly wrong in low budget, and the lighting looks horribly wrong.
Well, I mean, it's funny because one even makes a joke about 12 Star. It's like, why is it so dark in here? It's supposed to be the flight deck of the most powerful spaceship in all of existence. It's for atmosphere. Atmosphere?
This isn't some French restaurant.
This is some French restaurant. Oh.
But no.
I have to say,
the best.
My favorite.
What?
My favorite line of dialogue was probably one guy. It's like, "Oh, so you're going to be my future self?" It's like, well, you get a few false starts, but you get there eventually. I'm like, you smug son of a.
Actually, one of my favorite lines is, "You might be surprised, but I do have some experience with the fairer sex." And Bill goes, "So do I."
Right. Oh, I died. That was great.
And you have the captain says, "My lord."
My lord.
Also, I loved when Bill. Okay, so Bill did something that nobody, maybe Rose did it once.
Mm-hmm.
Bill did something that I don't think I've seen any companion ever done. She looked at the doctor and she was like, "You're an ass." And I was like, "Oh, what colorful language." And then when one comes out, I'm like, "Oh, no."
If I hear that kind of talk, oh, my God, ever again, you're in the way for a right smack bottom.
No, what got me is...
We're never talking about that again. Oh, no, I'm going to look forward to us talking about that lots in the future.
And that makes me sad. Even before, it made me sad because I was like, this makes me sad because I know you're not real. And then she's not real, so seeing it a second time made me even more sad.
Yeah.
No, the reason why that exchange was so funny, though, wasn't just a smack bottom line. It was the whole fact that it's like, please respect that you're an ass, as I have always respected you. And it's like, wow, that makes her look terrible. And then he comes out with the smack bottom line as the first, goes back in, and he's like, could we just forget that ever happened? Just as a combination line, it's like, oh my God, that was said.
Right.
But yes. So, and also, by the way, another reason why I said I felt weird about this being the first Doctor doing some of this stuff is only because for some people, think about it like this, Tristan. For some people, this is the first time they've ever seen the first Doctor.
I mean,
so also think about it like that. Right? So, this, even though, they're supposed because you and I, because we've seen the first Doctor, we're like, comedic effect. Or, to show how much the Doctor has changed.
I feel like it's also supposed to be the idea, though, it's again, not saying that kind of, saying things like that is right or anything like that, but it's also the time that the first Doctor was written. It's like, yes, you're right in the idea. It's like, if this is your first exposure to him, you're probably not going to like him. It's like, yeah, but he was written in the 1960s. I'm sorry, but what do you expect?
However, you and I both know that even in the 60s, he wasn't this bad.
True. He had some pretty weird
lines. He did.
Yeah, but
he did.
It wasn't so condensed into one episode. I'll agree with that. He would usually get one where it'd be like, Doctor, did you really just say that? And then the rest.
Although
of the
what's really funny is, let's be honest though, he, at least in the first like when he was still with Susan earlier on, he shit on both Ian and I can't remember her name. Well, Barbara.
Yes, Barbara.
He shit on the both of them hard. Like Ian was like, "What? You think I won't understand any of this?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't think so. I know so." And it's like, "Damn, Doctor."
Yeah. I mean, at
like,
that point,
ooh.
he's still like, "Oh, a human, you're inferior. I am a Time Lord."
Which is hilarious because it's like, "Didn't you run away, grandfather? Do you want another smack bottom?" It's like, "Well, Doctor, we are gonna like." Good God. No, but I mean, that is his granddaughter, but still.
Yeah. I mean, that's even the line where one walks out. It's like talking to the intelligence. It's like they both do their kind of opening. It's like, state your name and your planet of origin. What he said. But also know that this planet, it's like, and, 12 says,
this planet's protected.
What are you doing on this planet? Yeah, and this planet is protected. And one looks over, it's like, by who?
It's like he's like, right, yeah, you don't know that it's us yet. We'll get there, man. But so yeah, but so I don't. It's funny. So even though this one thing I'll say is it is sad to see Moffat go because I actually want I can't think of a specific Davies episode where I'm like, ooh, we need him back because this is Davies' style. Because Davies just was the head writer. Do you know what I mean? So he just had his beginnings, his finales, and they weren't the worst, but I don't remember thinking, wow, that was a Davies episode? No way. They were just big finales. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or fun Christmas specials.
Right.
Well, some of them were fun. Some of them were horrifying, like, the last few, because there was the Master versus the Doctor, right? The last one with. But my whole point is, Tristan, is that I feel as if with Moffat, I actually don't want to see him go completely. Like, I want him to come back for, like, the one horror episode of the year or of every 2 years or something.
Right.
Like, it's for me, it's sad to be like, well, Moffat's never writing for Who again. All right.
Yeah, I mean...
Like, I got to be honest. I know people are going to be like, really, Matt, you've been complaining this entire time. I've been complaining about his show running, not about his... because, okay, when he did half of the Pyramid episode, the recent one, in last series, where I was like, oh, shit, this is horrifying. And then it turned into something I didn't like because, again, it was like, and then 6 months later. And I'm like, wait, is this real? Really? What?
Right.
But the fact that he can write some crazy awesome stuff, it's just that in some respects it as a showrunner I'm like, I don't know, right? Or at least with some of his more recent stuff, his recent finales, where we've talked about, he builds up an entire world-ending disaster, and then and then it's just kind of like, no, don't worry about it. What about the secret organization? No, don't worry about it. Do people know about it? No, don't worry about that. But we should. No, blah, blah, blah. What about the Zygons? Blah, 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 blah. So with, I do wonder what they'll have Chibnall do with the world and with the world of just Earth and just generally the universe. I wonder what he's going to do with him and of course with Jodie, because I kind of want to see where, I really want to see where this goes.
Yes, I am also looking forward to Jodie Whittaker.
Don't like her new outfit, the one that they showed as a teaser. I hope that gets changed.
I mean, the Doctor, she might keep it for a season, but the Doctor usually goes through costume changes over time too. So.
Which is true. So I hope they change it after the next season. I'll say whatever the next season is. You mean Series 11? Yes, I do. But I hope it's changed.
Okay. I mean, I liked it, but...
I mean, what I care about more is how she will... First off, actually, I care about how she's going to live through this.
That too.
Because here's what's interesting. I thought about it before, what if we have a series where the Doctor's literally falling out, or a series ending where the Doctor's literally falling out of a TARDIS. Now, it's not the BBC stole it from me. What?
I said you
What'd
got
you
your
say?
wish.
Clearly, but I'm not trying to come into it like the BBC stole these from me. Like, no, I've never told anyone about this, so it's not like
Right.
anyone should know, right? And it's not a fucking original concept. Doctor falls out of TARDIS. It was just falls out of TARDIS as like a series closer, or in this case, it's weird to close it on Christmas, but whatever. I love it. All the nice things happened, so we should be happy on Christmas. Yes, we should. Except the new Doctor will be dying before the Doctor exists. It's like, well, maybe. Yeah. Also, so as we wrap things up, I have a question for you. I think we've talked about this before on the show, but I have to ask, how do you feel? Like, okay, obviously rumors will exist. Obviously fans will try and go nuts and take pictures of people on set. And they can't, shut down production just because of crazy fans. But how do you feel about them revealing who the next Doctor was before, even on social media, by the way, like not like trying to make sure that everyone's going to be spoiled before the Christmas special actually came out? Because I don't know if we talked about it on the show.
I mean, did we? I guess we didn't know that Peter Capaldi was going to be the next before 11.
Well,
finished.
I think they may have said it in the same way, the same like reveal, but we were able to sneak away because it wasn't that big. It was a reveal that was like, okay, we're going to tell people, because I'm pretty sure like he revealed himself on the Graham Norton show or another show like it.
Because, I mean, I guess it's just kind of become a thing of normalcy for me. Like, things get revealed before the actual statement. Like, but it was still kind of the idea. It's like, okay, so this is out, but nothing's technically been said officially yet. So I'm the person that will wait for that and be like, is this really happening? Or I always keep that thing of skepticism.
That's why I didn't want there to be a big reveal, because like even if there's rumors and people are like, wait, there's a woman that's being pictured on set, who is this? She's in a suit or something. I get it,
Right.
but like I'd rather have those leaks and just again us putting our fingers in our ears, being like la 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 la, versus the BBC promoting it at a soccer event, because that's the thing, they promoted it at the event, so it wasn't a leak, it was official.
Right. Oh, yeah, no, I remember the promos. I see. Yeah, I guess that is kind of weird, because then it's BBC, like, rushing to get it out. Like, we have to say it before somebody else does. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember if we talked about this on the show or in person, because I think in person you were like, hey, man, it's what the world is going to be. And I'm like, no, but there's a difference between, like, an official reveal versus, like, leaks that, we don't. Like, I forgot how you reacted at the time, but, like, I'm happy you're coming over to my side. But you see what I mean, though? Like, it's a little frustrating, because I wanted to be more surprised, like, because you imagine, right, if, I put my fingers in my ears, I didn't know about it, there were rumors, but I didn't really look into them, I was like, let me see what's going to happen at Christmas, boom.
Right. I
see that the Doctor is, regenerated into a woman, and I'm like, wow. This is going to be intense, and it's going to be amazing, right? Sure. Versus me going, oh, so when is Jodie going to appear?
Right. Yeah, okay. I get you, yeah.
Yeah. And I hate it, because, like, I don't want to be like I don't want to be like because the special wasn't ruined because of it.
Right,
it's just me going like, oh, so when is Jodie going to appear? Because I know that she's going to appear. Like, will they do – because it's very funny. When you do some weird, like, timey-wimey bullshit where it's like the two Doctors are meeting, I'm like, is Jodie going to make a cameo?
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's smart that they didn't do that, but it was my thought. Like, right. I'm pretty sure, some other people may have thought that too. Not that it'd be her special, but
right.
It was kind of like a thought of, like, wait.
It would almost be like when they did, Capaldi's cameo in...
Right, which was so strange, to be fair.
And it was just his eyes. It's just his eyes and his eyebrows, and it's like, what? Like
they were attack eyebrows.
Exactly. I play eyebrows in attack position.
With TARDIS as a spell and trap card. Wait a minute, that's against the rules. Screw the rules. I'm the Doctor. Anyway, that wasn't right. None of that was right. But I just, but like Tristan, right? So like I was just trying to say that, I mean, to be fair, in that case, it made sense they introduced Capaldi a little early because, who's this old man appearing in the special?
Yeah, well, I'm saying, like, if they did something like that with Jodie, like, I feel like I'd be okay with that, and that would be interesting.
Yes.
Cameo hurt, but...
Yeah, and what's interesting is Capaldi was like, oh, it's sad leaving being the Doctor and everything, and of course it's sad, but I have a strange feeling they're going to use him again. Not soon.
Right.
But the only reason why I say that is because, and it's not like an old thing, like, oh, well, they have to use him soon. Like, no stupid bullshit like that. I'm just being dead serious in saying that there's something about the way they wrote his character that makes it seem like they want him to pal around with Jodie, like the 13th Doctor in the future.
Right. I mean, I'm still holding out the hope for, 10 stepping in at some point, or 11 stepping in,
Well, 10, I think, is legally I think 10 is legally required to come back because Tennant worked with her on Broadchurch.
Yeah, right? Oh, jeez.
He was at the soccer event, and he was like, no way, because he was super surprised because he didn't know.
Right. That I didn't hear about.
So can you imagine, like, you used to be the Doctor, and you worked with someone on a show who becomes the Doctor, and you don't know that she's becoming the Doctor. So you're just sitting at a soccer game with your mates, with your fellow blokes, and you're just sitting there, and you're just like, no way, because they literally premiered it in the middle of that event.
Right. And he just turns over. He's like, "Yo, guys, you don't understand. Like this." guys, and he's on record being like, "Oh, I think he even said like either in the moment or he said afterwards. He's like, "Oh, perfect choice." So yeah, it's very interesting, and honestly, I can't wait to see this because again, it's her working with someone that she's been known to work with well before. So, and again, as a showrunner, he might be better than with his standalones because he'll only be in charge of a few things. It's not like he's sitting there going to be telling every single writer, no, you have to do it this way and this way and this way. Like every writer does their own thing, and then he has time to plot out these major events. Right.
Might work better. Still sad to see Moffat go forever. Because again, I have no problem with him stepping down from being the showrunner, but I have no problem with him coming back to say hello every once in a while with some scary-ass monster that makes me hide behind the couch.
Right. No, I would enjoy that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
but
I may not have enjoyed a lot of the choice, like not a lot, but like some of the choices that he made as showrunner, but I still respect the man. I still think, like he kept, who is still going? So you know what? He did something right.
The ratings are down, but you're still right. You're not wrong. But I mean, good point. Though it's funny though, midway through that, you're like, he did a lot wrong. I mean, not a lot, and I'm like, good.
Yeah, no, I realized how that sounded. I'm like, wait, no, we can correct that.
You're like, no, there's just some things I didn't like, and I'm like, no, let the hate flow through you.
Oh my God.
Good. But no, but look, I think I liked more of his stuff than I didn't, and it's just the fact that like it's just some choices that I just feel like could have been different, and I know some choices aren't his fault, so that's why I don't blame him for a decent amount of stuff. But it's just some stuff I'm just like, ooh, why, no. So yeah, I think that, and even though maybe the thought for Clara not being here, like actually being here, is like, no, but Shielda would have had to be here. No, she wouldn't have. Come on.
I mean,
like Clara can't take the ship for a day, really?
I mean, you could have just said, like, she didn't have to make a cameo. She could have just landed the diner and been like, oh yeah, she's in the diner. You know, like, we can't stay for very long, so she's keeping it running, kind of deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Personally, I would have to have seen her appear. But,
I feel like she's super busy with probably Game of Thrones, honestly.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, like her actress is also working. So, yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
So that's why in my head I'm like, I get why Maze wouldn't appear, but there's, I don't know. But let's stop talking about that. Let's move on. All right, it's a new Doctor Who.
Yeah.
What?
I have to ask you something. So Capaldi's regeneration speech. What'd you think?
That made me cry.
Yes, it did. Okay, you're not.
It was everything we needed it to be, and that's what I liked, because 11 sort of got that, but it was kind of funny how it was the quick shift to fuck with us.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think he needed that, and I'm happy he got it. I want two things to happen, though, in the future. I hope that he stops, or in this case she, stops saying, I don't want to lose anyone anymore. And I think maybe that'll change with a new head writer.
Right.
Because, like, recently he's been saving people-ish. So it's weird when he's like, I can't stop losing. I can't keep on losing people. Well, you lost the one before him, but you didn't lose this last one. But I'm going to lose this one. Okay. Like, it feels like he's been saying that so much. It's like, you know how, like, we joke, or the internet jokes about, like, 10 and 11 having certain lines where it's like 10 is like the curse of the Time Lords.
Right.
Yes. I feel like this one is just like, I can't lose anybody else, even though you would think that would be 9s. But it's just, it really feels like it's 12s now.
Yeah.
Just, I can't lose anyone anymore. And also, I know he's not supposed to like regeneration. He never has. He never will. I get it. But it just feels like it's the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm not saying I want Joey to be like, yeah, sure, bring it on. Shoot me in the chest. I can take it. I don't want that.
To be fair, I would love it if there was a really dire situation going on. She's like, I can take it. Go ahead. Give me your best shot. And just everyone's going to like, what? Like, excuse me?
Oh, no. She's going to say that to a pair of Daleks, and they're going to piss their pants and leave.
Oh, God.
Oh. But I'm just saying that she's not going to do that to actually be like, yeah, I welcome death. Like, we're not going to get like this weird reversal where she's just like, I'm okay with it. You know when you die as a doctor, you end up seeing a great dark void. I want to see the void. Shoot me. We're not going to. We're not going to get there.
No, let's not have that.
No. But at the same time, I just would feel really weird if in like hopefully not 2, but like 3 to 4 years from now, we're just getting another angelic orchestra with her being like, but I can't leave. I know it's 4 years from now, but with Capaldi, it wasn't 4? It was less than 4, wasn't it 3? Or am I?
Like 3, but like we're going in, yeah. We had a
So
gap.
3 years. Yeah. No, I'm only bringing it up because, like, I don't want if she also is around for 3. I think she'd be around for more. But if she's around for 3, it would hurt if she's just like, but I cannot go. And then just some angelic in the background. That's angelic, by the way.
Yeah, that didn't sound angelic through my cell phone. I'll tell you that right now.
No, it's like like some bullshit. Even though I love the orchestra, I love the orchestra so much. But it's just after a while.
Do you not want the singing you to sleep? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, when you're alone, silence is all you hear. That was a beautiful lullaby. Remember that one from the Christmas one with literally the one that was a Christmas like Scrooge story.
Right. Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, that was with 11. But no, I'm just saying that I would hope in the future, and we're gonna leave it at this because I know I've said this before, but now I really hope for it because we've seen it again with Capaldi so much, even obviously in this special. But I don't want there to be another episode or Christmas special or series or episode, because it felt like it was like a whole series dedicated to Capaldi or 12 being like, I don't want to die. Like, I feel like that should just be on a T-shirt for the Doctor now. He said it so much.
And yet, I still feel you like that better than I don't want to go.
It's the same thing, just a new paint job.
I mean, that, I don't know. I feel like that kind of sad goodbye, in a way, is always intrinsic to the leaving Doctor. And then
well, no, we should have a sad goodbye.
Yeah.
No. We should have a sad goodbye. I just feel like it's a lot of, I'll say, mucking about with it. Where it's like, if, I know we're talking like way far ahead, but like, when this Doctor regenerates, I hope it happens in the midst of a crazy big awesome space battle. And it's not going to have her leaving that space battle to then go around and go and not do the goodbyes, just be like but I don't want to. Because, like, even the reason why I don't want to go felt weird is because with 10, he said goodbye to everyone, but then also waited around for, like, 4 specials before finally dealing with what the Sisters of Karn were talking about.
Right.
So that's the reason why it feels, like, so strange to have that, like, I don't want to go. It's like, dude, you've had some time to think about this. A lot of time. So here I just, I don't know, we're just seeing her for the first time. I just want her to be happy. I want the Doctor to be happy. I want the Doctor
to be able to say goodbye and not be dead before the end of a Doctor's run too.
Yeah,
we can't all get what we want, Matt.
Chibnall's going to turn everything on its head. The first episode that new companion appears in, he's going to die.
Oh my God.
She's going to get a companion every single episode, and just like Kenny on South Park, the companion will die.
And then you're going to be like, why does she keep saying I'm tired of losing everybody, right, Matt?
Nope. It'll make a lot of sense then.
I thought you just said you wanted a happy Doctor. I don't think
I do, but if that...
Oh.
I do want a happy Doctor, but if that happens, it makes a lot of sense. That's the only reason why. Shoot. Right. But, yes. But, yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes. And I wonder what's going to happen with the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Like, because I was thinking about what they're going to do. What was that?
I said, I know we've seen the TARDIS kind of, exploding in on itself. Doctor usually gets it back under control before falling out.
Yes. So that's what makes me curious. Like, are we going to come back to a new desktop theme? Like, what's going on there?
I would assume so, yes.
Yes. And also, I just wonder, like, because that's the thing. Like, obviously, she's going to live. But, like, who's going to help her live? Like, will UNIT step in? Who's going to step in to stop her from falling?
Right. You want to take bets now? Because I was thinking UNIT, too.
I'm thinking, I don't have money to bet. I'm thinking it's UNIT.
Yeah, I'm thinking UNIT as well.
Because either UNIT or, like, it's going to get kind of weird where, like, because it's funny, too, because I can't, like, think of, like, it's going to get weird because, like, it's like, what if a TARDIS comes back around? It's not like, but then in my head I'm like, no, Matt, Moffat's not writing this anymore. There aren't going to be other TARDISes in the area. This is Chibnall writing. No, because there's a difference. Yeah, like, there's a big difference between Chibnall and Moffat's writing. Moffat's writing, I'm sitting here like, so how many TARDISes are going to try to come in and save? No, the TARDISes are going to try to come in and save her. They're all going to hit each other, explode, and create a second Doctor.
Oh, okay.
Like that's Moffat. And the second Doctor will be in a different timeline than she's in. And they're going to have to resync back up. Now I'm just saying the plot of Rick and Morty season 3.
Oh my God.
But seriously, though, it'll be very interesting because I don't know what Chibnall's going to do because I don't know what we know his track record. I know, guys, everyone's like, what do you mean we've seen him right before? We know his track record, but we don't know, I've never seen him do something like this. I think he might have done some two-parters in the past, but I don't know what else he's done. Like, in terms of, I haven't seen him do Broadchurch. That is more recent work. I don't remember him doing two-parters. So, in other words, leaving something on such a huge cliffhanger. So, I don't know. I mean, if it's not Unit, then I'm probably sure that the Doctor's going to use some bullshit thing with the sonic screwdriver to make, a shield.
Or a helicopter. Or
even though,
balloon.
even though, all jokes aside, right, even though first episodes have a huge budget, and I mean a huge budget, I don't think she's going to fall on a plane.
Yeah.
God, I would hope not.
Right.
But I do wonder where she'll be. Because of fucking our luck, she'll fall on a plane and she'll fucking just be at an airport. Ma'am, were you just on the plane? Yes. No, not in the plane.
Yeah.
On the plane. Also, yes.
I mean, same difference. What's it matter?
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen there. We've clearly talked for too long. We want to thank you all for listening in. However, this was just us completely nerding out, just actually wondering where are things going to go. Also because because it's so long. What was that?
There's one line that I need to hear her say, and it's because our friend Anthony Toto, he came up, he thought of this. It's like, I have to hear Jodie's Doctor go, I'm keeping the suit. I know her wardrobe is going to change, but just for the first episode, just all the tatters and everything, it's like, I'm keeping it.
Fuck that. I want her to eat a pear. That would be the best thing. Just, what did the doctor say? That would be the Tumblr fucking post. Jodie, what did the doctor say?
Oh, my God. That would be
fun. But anyway, so I want to thank you all so much for listening in as always. Please remember to like and subscribe if you're watching this on our YouTube channel. And if you're watching this through our Blog Talk Radio account, hello, thank you so much for watching. By the way, Blog Talk Radio account is blogtalkradio.com/Those Guys on the Radio. Our YouTube channel, search up Those Guys on the Radio, or just youtube.com/user/Those Guys on the Radio. Or you can actually find us on iTunes by searching up Those Guys. Also would like to mention that I mentioned this earlier, and I was being serious when Tris and I were talking about how me and Satish Ram, another Let's Player podcaster on our channel, we did the Christmas special, which was kind of funny. You were bringing that up before. So please look that up on our Those Guys Play channel, where Satish and I played Die Hard, and Tristan was there, sort of. You were there, right? Kind of?
I made a cameo.
Yeah, you made a cameo, yeah. And also, just, I would say, coming next year... How hard is it to say? Coming next year, Tristan, we're going to actually have Season 4 for Those Guys Play, a yearly Let's Play series that we do where we just do one game per episode. So you can definitely check that out as well on our Those Guys Play YouTube channel. Search up Those Guys Play to find that. And Tristan, what was that?
So you get to see Matt regenerate.
Yeah, right? That's how it works. So you get to see that happen. And also, so we can't say what Tristan and I are playing next season. That's completely confidential, sorry, everybody. But the one thing that I will mention, though, is that coming up this Friday, so technically tomorrow by the time this is released, for Friday Night Movies, Tristan and I are actually going to be talking about Jurassic Park 3. So that's something fun that you guys can listen to if you've seen Jurassic Park 3. Just us kind of nerd over that as well. Hear Tristan talk about a bunch of dinosaurs.
Yep.
Because that's what you like, right, Tristan? Dinosaurs? Big dinosaur fan?
Yes, Smash.
Just a little... Also, early next year, just next month, let's stop making the joke, just next month, Tristan and I will be playing, along with a special guest that we can't disclose who, special guest, we'll be playing another episode of Those Guys Play Disney's Dinosaur. So that'll be fun. Yeah, he did not like that. You did not like that. Yeah, you did not like that. But what's also cool is we also have our TG Productions YouTube channel as well, where we do some fun movie reviews, anime reviews, and a bunch of other cool stuff on there as well. So definitely look up TG Productions as well. You can also go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/TG Productions, to actually donate to us, to actually say, hey, you guys should do a podcast about this with these hosts. It could be reviews, or it could be like top 5 lists or stuff like that. Also, you can also say, hey, we want you to do a Let's Play with these 2 hosts, or we want to do you guys to do a Q&A about, your favorite Doctor Who episodes or something like that, or like what's your favorite Doctor or something like that. So you can go to our Patreon and donate there, and then we'll give you guys those videos through one of our different YouTube channels. Also, you can go to our eBay, which is ebay.com/USR/ThoseGuysRadio. And through there, we actually have a bunch of cool stuff up there. We have some video games. We have T-shirts for Those Guys Play and Those Guys on the Radio and stuff like that. So you can get that there. Or you can get a bunch of our T-shirts if you want to over at our main website, which is tgproductions.net. tgproduction.net. And more importantly, if you want to follow us through social media, you can go to our Facebook, which is /ThoseGuysOnTheRadio, our Twitter, which is @ThoseGuysRadio, or Instagram, which is /ThoseGuysRadio. Thank you all so much. Love you guys. And anything you want to say before we finish this year off? Tristan, this is technically the last podcast of the year for us because the other one was pre-recorded.
Those guys, I let you go.
Brilliant. Okay. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.